They tell you that time is a river. They say it flows in one direction, carrying you away from who you were, toward who you will become. But if you stand still long enough in the neon-choked silence of Neo-Seoul, you realize that's the greatest lie ever told. Time isn't a river. It's a hallway. An endless, labyrinthine corridor stretching into infinity, lined with millions of doors. Every second of your life is a door. Most people don't see them. They are too busy staring at the floor, or looking back at the door they just closed, wishing they hadn't. Because they refuse to look forward, they become trapped. They aren't living, they are looping. Walk with me through District 9. Look at the man on the corner. He's standing there, his hand raised as if to hail a taxi that stopped 5 years ago. He's frozen. A statue of flesh and bone. If you could zoom into his mind, you wouldn't find a void. You would find a theater playing the same scene on an infinite loop, the moment he lost everything. The moment he chose wrong. He spent 5 years living that 1 second, over and over, hoping that if he screams loud enough, the outcome will change. He didn't freeze because time stopped. He froze because he refused to open the next door. My name is Ren. And I am the only one who still walks. People call me a time leaper. They think I have some artifact, some forbidden technology that lets me jump through the clock. They think I'm playing a game with the universe. But the truth is much simpler, and far more terrifying. I am simply the only one who realized that the present moment is the only thing that actually exists. To live is to choose. To exist is to open a door. I reach out my hand, and the air ripples. A faint, golden glow illuminates the space in front of me, a door of amber light. It is the present. If I step through it, I move forward. If I hesitate, if I let the shadow of my past, the memory of a face I failed to save, the weight of a word I should have said, pull me back, I become just like them. I walk past a woman who has been staring at a cracked mirror for a decade. She is reliving the moment she saw her reflection and decided she wasn't enough. Her loop is cold, dark, and suffocating. A door of deep, bruised purple light floats inches from her face, untouched. It is the door of self-forgiveness. She could step through it and wake up. She could breathe again. But she's too afraid of what's on the other side. I step around her. My own shadow stretches long and thin against the wet pavement. I am looking for the epicenter. Legend says that the regret freeze didn't happen because of a glitch in the world's clock. It happened because someone at the heart of Neo-Seoul finally looked at the hallway of doors, saw their entire life laid out before them, and couldn't handle the weight of it. They didn't just stop walking. They shattered the hallway. They turned time into a prison. If I can reach the epicenter, if I can find that original shattered door, maybe I can show them. Maybe I can remind them that the past is only a ghost, and ghosts have no power unless you invite them in. But I am not alone. From the shadows of the skyscraper, something moves. It's not a person. It's a tear in the fabric of the hallway. A shadow that doesn't follow the light. They are the sentinels of stasis. They are the embodiments of stagnation. They feed on the futures we throw away. And they have been hunting me since I started this walk. I need to move faster. I need to reach the next door. I look to my left. The air begins to vibrate. A door of blinding, electric white appears, the most dangerous choice I have ever had to make. It leads into the heart of the storm, toward the epicenter. I take a breath. The air tastes like ozone and lost chances. I step forward. I don't look back. I open the door. The transition isn't loud. It's a quiet, sickening pop, like pressure releasing in an eardrum. When I step out of the white door, the air changes. The ambient neon hum of District 9 is replaced by a heavy, suffocating silence. I am standing inside the Grand Archives, the city's massive historical data center. Or at least, what's left of it. The building is a hollow monument, Millions of memory shards float in the air like dust motes trapped in a shaft of moonlight. Every single shard contains a human memory harvested by the city's old-time monitoring algorithms. People willingly traded their daily choices for algorithmic safety, and in return, the machine recorded every mistake, every failure, and locked it into a permanent database. This is where the freeze started. I walked down a corridor of towering server racks, their blue status lights blinking like dying stars. In the center of the hall, a lone figure is kneeling. It's a young girl, no older than 20. Her hands are pressed against a massive, pulsing data pillar that extends from the floor into the ceiling. A complex web of red light connects her temples to the pillar. She isn't frozen like the people outside, she is actively fueling the freeze. Her name is Lyra. Or it used to be. "You're wasting your steps, run," a voice echoes through the empty hall. I don't flinch. I draw my hand back, letting a blade of pure condensed time materialize around my knuckles. "Show yourself." From the shadows between two server racks, a tall figure steps forward. It wears a long coat identical to the Sentinels, but its face is uncovered. A man with silver hair and eyes that look like shattered clock faces. He calls himself the Archivist. He was the chief architect of the time monitoring system, the man who convinced Neo-Seoul that if you could predict the future using the past, you could eliminate suffering. Suffering wasn't eliminated, I say, tightening my grip on the blade. It was just locked in a basement. Suffering was controlled, the Archivist replies, his voice smooth, devoid of emotion. Look at them out there, run. No broken hearts. No unexpected losses. No ruin. They are safe in their loops. They are reliving their greatest triumphs or mourning safely where the damage can never grow worse. You call it a prison. I call it mercy. It's a graveyard, I snap back. A life unlived is a slow death. Every time a person refuses to open a new door, they murder who they could have become. The Archivist sighs, shaking his head. And what about you, Ren? You carry the heaviest door of all. Do you think I don't know why you walk this hallway? Do you think I don't know whose face is behind your door? My breath catches in my throat. The room seems to tilt. He's talking about the Genesis door, the very first choice I made. The night my sister slipped from the railway platform while I hesitated, paralyzed by the fear of being late. The night I spent every waking second since trying to undo. My past is mine, I whisper. Your past is your anchor, the Archivist says, raising his hand. The red light around the kneeling girl flares violently. And until you accept that you can't outrun it, this city, and everyone in it, stays right here. Permanently. The sentinels drop from the ceiling, landing in a circle around me. Their metallic claws click against the metal floor. I look at the girl. I look at the Archivist. And then, I look down at my own feet. For a split second, the weight of my sister's memory crushes down on my chest, threatening to stop my heart, threatening to freeze me right here on the spot. The temptation to stop fighting, to just give up and step into my own loop, is a warm, heavy blanket. No. The thought is sharp as glass. I don't need to undo what happened. I need to live because it happened. I drop the time blade. I don't fight the sentinels. Instead, I close my eyes and reach out, not with violence, but with acceptance. I grab the memory of my sister not as an anchor dragging me down, but as the reason I learned how to open doors in the first place. A sudden, blinding flash of amber light erupts from my chest. The Archivist steps back, shielding his eyes. What is this? That's impossible. You can't rewrite foundational data without a terminal. I'm not rewriting data, I open my eyes, and they are burning with golden fire. I'm changing the subject. I punch my hand straight through the data pillar. The impact sends a shockwave through the entire tower. The server racks shatter like thin ice. The millions of floating memory shards in the air begin to spin, caught in a massive golden vortex. The red light binding the kneeling girl snaps with a sound like a whip crack, and she collapses into my arms, gasping for air as her eyes flutter open. "Run," she whispers, her voice cracked and dry from years of silence. Is it over?" "It's just beginning," I tell her, helping her to her feet. Across the hall, the Archivist stumbles back, his form beginning to glitch and pixelate as the simulation loses its anchor. "You don't understand. Without the loops, the chaos of human choice will destroy the city. They will make mistakes again." "That's the point," I say, stepping forward as the floor beneath us begins to crumble into glowing particles of light. "Mistakes mean we're alive." With a final wave of my hand, I rip open the largest door I have ever created, a massive, sprawling archway of pure, unfiltered sunlight that breaks right through the concrete ceiling of the archive tower, opening directly into the real sky above Neo-Seoul. For the first time in 10 years, real wind rushes through the city. Outside, across the streets of District 9, the frozen statues blink. The businessman drops his briefcase for real. The woman at the mirror gasps, touches her reflection, and steps away from it. The millions of locked doors shatter all at once, raining down like harmless glass confetti, turning into warm sparks of gold. The loops are broken. The hallway is open. The Archivist reaches out a hand, screaming as his dataform dissolves completely into the wind. "What have you done?" "I gave them their tomorrow back," I whisper. As the sunlight floods every dark alley and forgotten corner of the city, the heavy, suffocating silence of the silent epoch vanishes, replaced by the roar of traffic, the chatter of voices, and the genuine, chaotic noise of a living world moving forward. Lyra leans against my shoulder, watching the sky clear up. "Where do we go now, Ren?" I look down the long street, where thousands of new doors are appearing on every wall, every sidewalk, and every corner, glowing faintly, waiting to be chosen. "Wherever we want," I smile. "We just have to take the first step." You might feel like you're stuck in your own loop right now. You might look at your track record, your mistakes, or the time you feel you've wasted, and think your past is a cage. But it's a lie. You don't need a time machine to change your life. You don't need to undo what is done. You just need to choose the next second differently. The pen is in your hand. The door is right in front of you. What are you waiting for? Subscribe to 67 Tales, and let's keep writing the story together. Stay legendary.